we pretty well stopped a robust surge of illegal immigration at the border. And that was pretty much in effect. Again, it started ramping up when Democratic presidential candidates started talking about open borders and free health care. This is President Biden's inauguration. Here's the surge. And that's the surge.
That's Republican Senator Ron Johnson from Wisconsin slamming Mayorkas today for Team Biden's denial of the border crisis. The data is clear, though. There was a massive spike in unaccompanied migrant children immediately after Joe Biden's inauguration, and just this April, Border Patrol agents and CBP officers encountered more than 178,000 migrants. That's nearly 945% increase over the same month in 2020. I want to welcome former acting Custom and Border Patrol Commissioner and Newsmax contributor Mark Morgan. Mark, good to be talking to you again. Welcome. So the numbers are clear. There was a 945 increase in April versus April 2020. I went right to the CBP website. I saw in March, the month prior, 500% increase. Any question that this increase is massive jumps in encounters, apprehensions, et cetera, are a direct result of a President Biden?
There's no question at all. Look, Senator Johnson did an incredible job. He's always a facts guy. He loves his charts, and they're spot on. I think the other Republican senators during the hearing did a great job. And all we heard from this secretary is, look, he was dodging questions. He was doing everything that he could to not accept responsibility for what this administration has caused, a crisis at the southwest border. Eric, you just rattled off the numbers. Look, let's take unaccompanied minors. In the last month in March, it was the highest number of unaccompanied minors in a single month in the history. This past April is a little bit lower, but it's still the second highest that we've ever seen. And the facts are that this administration on day one with the political pen, they ended the Remain in Mexico program. They dismantled asylum and cooperative agreements with the Northern Triangle countries without having a single conversation. And they removed the CDC Title 42 for UACs. Those actions single-handedly took away all the tools and authorities we had, and that's what caused this
Mark,
crisis.
you know, we look at what the violence that's going on in our major cities, and it's because the mayor's office doesn't defend the police department, their own police departments. Is the same thing happening with the Border Patrol agents? Are they nervous because they're not getting backup from the feds?
And look, absolutely, and they know their job. Look, they get up every day, Eric, wanting to do their job as a frontline defenders of our nation's borders. But because of this administration's policies, look, in some areas, you have 40–50% of those men and women you're looking at right now pulled away from their national security mission to provide humanitarian assistance to families and unaccompanied minors, leaving large areas of the border unsecured and unmonitored for criminal aliens to come through and the drugs to pour through this country.
Mark,
those are the facts.
Mark, I spent a lot of time in the border, and we've investigating some of the drugs that were coming over, and the Border Patrol agents stopped a lot of drugs coming, but they will tell you, they stop about 1% of what comes across the border. So if that were the case, how many illegal migrants, let's call them that, migrants are coming across if we're seeing 178,000 apprehensions?
Look, Eric, I'm going to call them illegal aliens because that's what they're called by the law. They're averaging about 1,000 illegal aliens getting past the Border Patrol on a daily basis. Think about that. Conservatively, this fiscal year already, that's about 170,000 illegal aliens that have gotten past the Border Patrol, making their way to every town, city, and state in this country. And look, another thing that the secretary, he absolutely dodged the question about with the drugs. You're actually seeing drug seizures go down. Think about that. Wide areas of the border are wide open, but yet the seizures are going down. Why is that? Because Border Patrol being pulled off their national security mission to provide for families and children that they cause.
Mark, I got half a minute, literally half a minute. Tell me, what's the answer? How do we stop this crisis from happening?
This administration's got to go back to the policies that worked under the Trump administration. He's got to reinstate MPP. He's got to reinstate Title 42 for unaccompanied minors, and he has to reinstate the asylum cooperative agreements with the Northern Triangle countries. If he did that, the numbers would go down.
All right, now I got one other idea. How about reinstate building the wall on the southern border? We'll have to leave it right there. Mark Morgan, thank you very much.